Is this the greatest 450 Bushmaster ever created on this planet? I think yes. Stick around and I'll let you know why. In this long video, I will first be showing you how to modify your regular upper into a big bore upper. You're going to need to do that if you don't specifically have a big bore upper yourself. You can see what it looks like kind of close up. It's not perfect. I'm okay with that. You can easily make this a perfect straight line if that's something you're worried about. This is built on a Spikes Tactical snowflake lower. Got a muzzle brake. So let me just show you a slow-mo close-up. All right, here we are towards the end of the build. I haven't really put out the video yet, but this is gonna be my Spikes Tactical Snowflake lower. You can see the lovely unicorn. I got the rainbow colored lower parts, buffer, tube, you know, to match it all because I'm feeling frisky. I got the hand guard here. There's the BCG and charging handle. And here's the upper. But top it all off, this is gonna be chambered in 450 Bushmaster because I love irony, and why not? So here's some 450 Bushmaster ammo. 395 grain, this is subsonic. So check out my other videos if you want some more info on this gun and the build. But if you're familiar with the big bore, they call these cartridges big bore cartridges for AR-15. They're made to still fit in regular AR mags. The length isn't that long, but they're very wide, so you could see, you know, that might cause a problem ejecting. So you can fit it through if it's at the perfect angle. Of course, it's never going to be at the perfect angle when you're firing, so the goal here is to basically widen or open up this port here in a way that can more easily eject the larger stuff, you know, big bore calibers. They do sell big bore uppers, but with the political climate as it is currently, Biden just took office, a lot of the stuff is overpriced. You know, price gouging, and that's even if you're able to find it in stock. So I had this BCM upper, you know, laying around. Figured I'd use this for the build and just go ahead and take off a little bit of this here. So I want to leave the lip on the top so that way the actual dust cover still has a ledge to sit on and clip into. And what I did is I just put this rod through, and once I opened it up, I took a really fine Allen key and basically I went through with the Allen key and just kind of etched a line across the inside of this lip onto the actual receiver itself, and then I just taped it with some masking tape so I know exactly where the line is when I'm cutting. If you take out some of this material here, it doesn't really affect anything, and the dust cover still covers, and you know, you'll be able to close it no problem. So the goal is I'm going to be cutting with the cutoff wheel, a Dremel, basically close to the edge, and then I'm going to file off the remainder part of the corner, and hopefully that gives me what I want. Here I got most of it already. Sorry, I didn't get a lot of footage of that. It's kind of tricky to do with one hand, and my tripod, the one I had, isn't working right now. It's kind of acting up. So basically just ran the Dremel across the line that I made with the tape. I'm gonna get a file, smooth out those corners, and I have some Illuma black to paint over the top of it again. Be careful with the Dremel. It cuts aluminum like butter. You can see I kind of slipped up a little bit right here, barely nicked it, but it does go through pretty quick. So just be patient, take your time, do it right, and then you won't have any problems. So I'll go ahead and start filing the edges of these down, and then touch base with you guys. Here it is, opened it up. Works like a dream. Use this aluminum black to kind of touch up some of the areas. You know, I didn't spend that much time on it. I don't really care about what it looks like. It's going to be covered up by the dust cover most of the time. And I didn't use a drill press, which some people might prefer to do that. Come out a lot cleaner. But again, like I said, I don't really care what it looks like. It's going to be covered up. And, you know, it is what it is. So anyway, this is kind of a fun gun. So again, it's not going to be perfect, but I'm happy with it. I did it real quick. Took me about 5-10 minutes to open it up, and fits these bullets, no problem. Could this be the absolute best 450 Bushmaster ever made? For those of you who don't know, this is a Spikes Tactical Snowflake lower. You can see the unicorn there. I topped it all off with this oil slick coating from lower parts and upper parts from a company called Mid-State. Check them out. They actually have an upper lower combo that is this oil slick color too. However, I wanted to use this Spikes Tactical Snowflake lower, and I already had a BCM stripped upper, so I went ahead and just used part of what I had. You can see here, save space, triggered, the charging handle and the forward assist. This barrel is a Tromix 18-inch lightweight barrel. For those of you who don't know about Tromix, go check them out as well. It's Tromix. They help develop quite a few big bore type bullets to be used in the AR. So one of the mods that I have to actually do, you can see the opening right here is quite a bit larger than normal. So they do sell big bore uppers, but with the current political climate, they're hard to come by, even more so than they normally are. So what I did is I just put a piece of masking tape across where I wanted. I trimmed it out with the cutoff wheel on my Dremel. And then after all of that, I actually just topped that off with some aluminum black to help get that black tone. You can see it's pretty nice. It's not perfect, but you know, I was just using the Dremel. I wasn't using like a drill press or anything. So you can get as perfect or as crude as you want with that. But the reason you want to do that, because the normal AR-15 upper doesn't work when injecting these big bore cartridges. It will fit through there if you put it in just perfectly, but you know, as the violent motion of the BCGs going back and throwing out these spent casings, it's not going to be at that perfect angle. So that is necessary if you want to do big bore. Yeah, so there are a few things to note. Mid-State doesn't sell, or at least I talked to them, and they don't typically sell these dust covers because this coating kind of gets some grit up in this little pin, so you got to sit there and, you know, work it out. But if you talk to them, they're pretty solid dudes. You can also get your barrel, you know, they sell absolutely everything for the gun that can be oil slicked like this. So if you wanted your barrel, gas block, upper lower, you know, whatever you want, they have it there. They also have some different kind of designs, like they have a stars and stripes BCG and different color BCGs, whatever too. This coating is very similar to like a nickel boron or titanium type coating. But one of the issues I actually had once I got everything put together the BCG was somehow not correct or corresponding correctly with the charging handle, and actually took the charging handle off of some of my other guns and tried them out, and it did the same exact thing with it. But for some reason, you could see I had to file down the charging handle a little bit. But for some reason, I'll put some pictures up on here. It was catching, it wasn't fully catching on the ledge, and then it would pop the end of the charging handle up, and then the ledge would slide halfway over the gas key and that ridge, and then it started bending. It damaged a little bit of the tip right here. You can actually see part of the notch that I didn't get down to when filing. So it damaged the tip of this, and then it bent the charging handle up just enough to where when you tried to pull back the charging handle, it was bent up just enough that it would add just enough friction on the upper to where it made this very, very difficult to actually pull it back. But once I bent the charging handle back down a little bit, and it was able to make some good contact on that ledge, then I didn't have that issue again. I wish I wouldn't have filed anything down with that to begin with, but anyway, I did, so I got to deal with it. And another thing to note I wanted to go over, I talked with Tromex, and again, like I said, they're one of the leaders in developing these big bores for the AR-15. And one of the biggest questions that people get asked, or that people ask on the forums and stuff, is what mags are the best to use. According to Tromex, anything over a mag that only has 4 rounds isn't totally reliable. So it might work, you know, you might be able to get a larger Lancer mag and it might work most of the time, but it's not 100% reliable. These are the Lancer 10 round AR-15 mags. They hold 4 of these 450 Bushmaster rounds inside, single stack, and you have to change out the follower. You can see it's just a single aluminum follower, and it holds 4 of those in there. You have to buy the follower separate from Tromex, and also they cut out a little bit more at the tip of at the front of the mag, just to give a little bit more clearance for that round as it's coming out into the chamber, to not rub against the actual mag itself. So these are some things to consider when going big bore. If you have an AR-15 already and you wanted to go big bore, whether it be 450 Bushmaster, 458 SOCOM, 350 Legend, 500 Beowulf, you know, any of those, you're gonna need a new barrel. You're gonna need a big bore upper, or you can trim your current upper. And this, you know, obviously this will still work with any lower cartridges too, like a 223 or 556, because it just gives it more clearance. But you'll need a barrel, a big bore upper, and a new bolt. So this is actually a 450 Bushmaster bolt as well that came with the BCG. However, when I got the Tromex barrel, I got the bolt headspace to the barrel, so I just went ahead and put the Tromex bolt on with the barrel. But yeah, I'm actually going hog hunting here in a few days. I haven't decided if I want to use this or use my other AR pistol that I built, for those of you who follow that. That's actually what that Trigicon box is for. This is my AR pistol. It comes with I built it with a 17 design integrated folding lower receiver. So you can see it folds there. It's built into the lower. It has some steel inserts to kind of help with the longevity of that. I also have the Cry Havoc QRB quick release barrel system on here. It's got some clips you can quickly disconnect and pull the barrel out. The bolt does have to be unlocked from the barrel when you do that. So you can see it's folded up. I can stick the barrel up under in the handguard here, and it makes for a nice package. If you want to see more info on this, check out some of my other videos. From the last video, I have since installed this Trigicon MRO. This is the green dot. I like green dots better than red dots. So, yep. Again, if you want to see more info on this, check out my other videos I have. I kind of go in, like I said, into more depth on this build as well. So it's put back together. There you go. This gun itself is about 7 pounds once it's on there. That's without the optic and the light. This is a solid chunk of steel. So tell me what you guys think. See, it's empty. Go ahead and check. Locks back. Let me know in the comments below. I'll also be going over, I have 4 or 5 different kinds of 450 Bushmaster ammo I'm going to be doing a comparison test with. I'm going to be using this Nikon Black FX 1000. It's a 6-24. I'll be using that just for the accuracy test on this gun. After that, I don't know what kind of optic I should put on it. Let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna need an optic for this. I don't want to have a 6-24 on here permanently. Probably put like something really low magnification, or even like another red dot or something like that. So let me know your guys' suggestions down below. I'll be doing torture tests on this, as well as like I said, accuracy tests and stuff. But just wanted to show you guys what I've been putting together. I've had the lower for about a year now, and I finally decided to go ahead and finish the build. So there she is.